sem miúdos, sorriem pela primeira vez. Tenho muita curiosidade para ver este vídeo, bro. Tudo o que envolve, tipo, uma experiência positiva na vida das crianças, eu acho que é super importante para eles crescerem e ser seres humanos bons, empáticos e o caralho. Acho que é fixe, man.
200,000 children are born without the ability to smile
Tem assim
and
um bocado...
even worse, breathe properly.
E isto aqui do sorriso até vai ter um bocadinho com a cena do Ruben X, mano, que o Jamie fez com ele, bro. Ganda timing.
99% of people are born like this, with a full ability to breathe through their nasal airway
Já
passage.
viste as
However,
pessoas,
the other
bro.
1% look like this, with a cleft lip or palate,
Já,
which
pessoas
makes
têm
life terribly difficult for these
lábio
children
assim
as
para
they grow
cima,
up.
né?
In poorer areas, there is no way for many of these people to get healthcare,
Já.
meaning thousands of them grow up without ever having an opportunity
Isso é uma
to
cena bué
receive
comum.
surgery, which results in bullying and social isolation. But there is one organization that is making a big difference in communities all around the world. Meet Kathy.
40 years ago, my husband and I were asked
Wow.
to go to the Philippines. We landed in sites one after the next, and we saw 300 children with cleft lip and palates. We just didn't know what to
Caralho.
do. We said, let's do what we can, and we were able to do 40. The rest we had to turn away. So we said to ourselves, okay, well, we should go back. We should at least finish.
Vou
This was the
ajudar.
start of Operation Smile, and in 40
Operation
years,
Smile.
they've been able to achieve over 400,000 successful surgeries
Wow.
for patients in 36 countries.
Será que é uma
all around
cirurgia
the world. However,
fácil?
in Mexico, the number of cleft cases are quickly increasing and becoming difficult to maintain alone. They desperately need our help. So Darren and Dan flew to Puebla, Mexico, a city
Cortou-lhes a
with
cabeça,
rich
Sr.
Latin
Besta.
history and culture. On their arrival, Dan got the rare opportunity to showcase this incredible city from above by being invited to ring the cathedral bell at first light.
Que fixe.
They were welcomed by Mauricio.
Bacano. Maurício. Grande Maurício.
One of the reasons why I wanted to dedicate my life into non-profits is because in Mexico
W.
there's a
Maurício.
huge gap between people that can actually have access to any
A
surgery.
sério, Lopes? Ok.
I met a young lady, and when she came to one of our surgical programs,
Não
she had a
fofinha.
bruised eye. They threw stones at her because of the way she spoke. It just broke my heart. This is one of the consequences of a cleft. I always say that behind the patient
É
there's a
genético,
story,
pessoal.
and behind the
A
story
cena do
you
lábio.
have a human. And I decided to dedicate my life to the cleft cause in Mexico.
We met a young child, and he is one of the
Beijinho, Inês.
sweetest kids I've ever met in my entire life. But he has a terrible disfigurement on his face. And this child
Má
is so
formação.
sweet and
Ok.
so loving, but it breaks my heart knowing the bullying that he is going to face as he grows up.
Isto é verdade. Algum de vocês, tipo, só por curiosidade, tipo, que tiveram isso ou têm, sofreram, tipo, algum tipo de... espero não estar a tocar em alguma ferida, mas eu tinha uma criança na escola que era assim, mas acho que não faziam bullying com ela. Ela falava de forma estranha porque aquilo incapacita a tua fala, mas eu acho que não lhe faziam bullying. Porque imagina, eu estou a perguntar porque na minha escola havia uma criança assim e ninguém lhe fazia bullying, estás a ver? É que estou a perguntar, tipo, porque posso... Tinha as orelhas bué para fora, ok, percebo que o pessoal goza com as características, Carlos na garganta, o que é isso? A minha amiga sofreu bullying por causa disso. É grande merda, man. Tipo, o ser humano, tipo, não é tipo, olha, para nós é normal e tipo, o que não é normal nós gozamos ou fazemos troço ou não sei o quê. Tipo, é grande reação de pizza, man, eu acho.
One of these patients is Emmanuel. 17 months ago, he was born with a bilateral cleft palate. He is the son of Geronimo, a single father who lives in the rural mountains of Chiapas. The cost of healthcare has proven to be extremely expensive for him, as he barely makes enough money to support his son. Meaning that his only hope is to travel
isso,
by
Kazuki,
bus
mesmo.
for 17 hours to Pela for the only chance of being selected for a surgery. And if not selected, it may be the last chance Hermanio has to get this opportunity for his son.
If you look out
Tadinho, man.
at any one of these programs, what we see are masses. It's not like 10 children,
Como é que é,
2
Renato?
children. It's masses of kids and families. We screen these families. You know, we look in their face. But if you look down, you see no shoes on their feet. They will do anything for their child.
I can only imagine the
cena.
pain for a parent when they have
Anda
a
até
child
aqui,
who
man.
desperately
Estamos
needs
aqui.
a
Obrigado,
surgery
man.
and
Obrigado
can't
pelo
afford to
apoio.
provide it for them themselves.
And when we saw just how difficult this was for these families, we knew we had to help. So we decided to pay for over 100
Este caralho não tem que fazer isto e mesmo assim faz, percebem?
surgeries. The next day, after the screening process was complete, it was time for the patient selection. Geronimo was extremely anxious because he wasn't sure if his son would be selected.
Today is a very emotional day for me. Behind me, we got the patients, and we're gonna do the surgical announcement. They
Provável,
are
Bruninho.
about just to be told that they're gonna be having a life change forever.
A vida destas pessoas muda, mano.
97 patients had
Marca-lhes, estás a ver?
already
Vai
been
ficar para a
selected
vida,
and
mano. Não é uma
Geronimo
coisa.
started to lose hope.
Para nós, tipo, vimos o vídeo, pronto, passou, ok, está-se bem, mas para estas pessoas a vida efetivamente muda. Elas vão se lembrar deste momento para sempre. E é isso que eu acho que nós, como seres humanos, devíamos fazer sempre e ter essa consideração pelos outros, que é algo que para nós passa, as outras pessoas pode ficar, mano. Então é sempre importante tratarmos todos com respeito, mano, com consideração e empatia, mano. Acho mesmo.
It was time for patient number 99.
É ele.
He did it! Just look at the relief on his face.
Bora lá, man. Tadinho,
Seeing the
passa
hope in
dificuldades.
these parents' faces when they bring these children to this clinic, knowing that they're finally going to get the medical care that they need, is truly an experience that moves the heart.
Emmanuel's surgery would take the whole day, so while the doctors operated, Dan and Darren went to explore the city.
Ah,
We were walking through the park and we just found a mariachi band. And it's always been a
Quero
dream of
tanto, bro.
ours to join a mariachi band.
também tenho esse sonho.
Hopefully I can make this dream come true. Sorry. My friend over there, he wants to join the band.
Okay.
Forget your head.
Ai, ai. Ninguém estava a gostar, bro, olha. Estão todos aborrecidos. Eu digo, foda-se, tira lá esse caralho daí, mano. Anda merda, vim aqui para ver o meu filho atuar. Com os meus mariachis, ver este caralho aqui de piso lá do caralho, lá da puta do outro lado do mundo. Ninguém está a curtir, mano.
I think that just shut us down. This is terrible.
Tá, vai-te lá embora. Vai pro caralho, fixe. Oh, desce.
That was one of the greatest experiences of
Tadinho.
my life.
That shows you how boring Darren's life is.
Ei. Ele vai roast assim, coitado, mano.
Emmanuel's surgery is now complete, and this will be the first time Geronimo will ever see his son smile.
One of my favorite moments in a surgical program, it's when the kid comes out of surgery. Because this is
Ele
the
não
first
consegue
time that
andar.
the parents are going to see the kids with the surgery. It's just such an emotional moment. Because it
Tadinho,
changes the
ai,
life,
bro.
not only of the patient,
Está
but
feio,
the
mas
family
já
and
faz parte do
society.
processo.
Our patients are going to have the opportunity to actually have a normal life.
A healed cleft means that all these children will grow up not having to worry about being bullied. And on top of these extraordinary surgeries,
Foda-se, mano. Olha o amor que este senhor tem pelo filho, bro. Está-me a fazer chorar, mano. Foda-se.
Operation Smile also
Caralho.
provides all of their patients with free speech and vocal therapy, meaning that they will learn how to speak clearly and fluently.
But we had one more surprise left.
Kathy told us about a young nursing student, Fernanda, who was treated
Sério,
by
Mário?
Operation
Obrigado,
Smile
man.
17 years ago.
Yo sabía que quería estudiar enfermería porque yo
Ela
quiero
também tinha.
ayudar a niños como yo.
Oh, não, não.
When you go home,
Pois também tinha, que eu vi ali a marquinha.
they don't have to pay for you anymore. We're going to give you a
Ali,
full
vês ali um bocado. Mas olha, sarou bem.
scholarship and we'll pay for you to finish your nursing school. So I think you're going to be an excellent nurse.
Uau!
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Dan, come over here. All right, look at this man.
Horrível.
If you don't subscribe, he will literally cry right now. Don't worry, they subscribe, so you don't have to.
Ah, pronto, fogo.
Just end it like that. Oh, and
Oi?
one more thing.
Afinal explodiu. Oi, olha,
Operation
explodiu
Smile
ao
is
contrário.
amazing and they're doing incredible work all around the world. We want to help them continue to be able to provide these surgeries to children all around the world.
In other words, if you don't donate to Operation Smile, you just hate kids.
Não, senhor Beast, cara, não é bem assim, né? Pois, não é bem tipo, eu não odeio crianças, eu gosto de crianças. Calma.